Hey y'all. So I was diagnosed with lupus in 2001 and I was 9 years old. And the doctors had told me that I wouldn't live past 25. And I'm now 28 and it's 2020. So throughout my journey, I played sports. I was on the track basketball team, dance team, field hockey team. I played t-ball as a kid, soccer, tried tennis. I tried a lot of things, but I could do a lot, just like the rest of everybody else. So that brought me to when I was a kid and I first was diagnosed. I didn't understand anything about lupus, didn't know what the hell it was. So I was in denial as fuck, and I did not take my medicines. I would hide them. And when I grew up, I was for sure that I could outbeat the medicine, which was a fact because I was in remission with lupus for quite some time when I was in middle school, and so after that I was just pretty much still in denial, like I didn't have lupus, and I was still determined to beat the odds, which I still am to this day. So I ended up growing up, went to college. In college, I still wasn't taking my medicine like that, and in college, I started getting gout flares, which was another part of when my lupus would attack. It would give me gout, and either one of my feet. It would only be one foot at a time, wouldn't be both feet. But that caused me to have go to the medical center in college and have to wear crutches. And anytime I would have a flare up, I would just pull those crutches out. So I still got the same crutches to this day. and so in college, I was drinking, smoking weed, usual, you know, and I was at even more partier schools so you know how that goes. So, and I wasn't taking my medicine still at this time. So after college, I actually didn't finish that college, but I came home because I was so sick, not taking my medicine, getting flare ups, and just couldn't do nothing. Could barely work a job. Every job I would get, I would quit, or they didn't have they didn't have nothing on file, so I'd have to quit. They didn't understand what the hell was wrong with me. They couldn't see it. I looked perfectly fine, so they thought that, oh, she's just lazy. She doesn't want to work. So couldn't keep a job, all due to my fucking gout. Excuse my language, but I cuss. Anyways, so then after college, after I left the first college, I went to a different college, a black school, and HBCU, and in my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky. And then I was just out here doing dumb shit, y'all, okay? Just dumb shit. I was still young, okay? So after that, I was trying to get a job working, and I still couldn't function because I had the gout. And the main things I was using was Tylenol to help the pain, or propping my foot up, putting some ice on it, or I was using essential oils, and I was also using Epsom salt too when I would take the baths and stuff, hot baths, put Epsom salt in there. Still, sometimes I could cure that, but sometimes that shit would last for like 7 whole days, and I would be just in the bed, just because I can't fucking walk. I've done crawled places in my house. I done crawled to get to a whole bunch of shit when I had the gout. I'm telling you, it's the worst pain in the world. It feels like it's so inflamed. And come to find out, that was the fluid, the what they call it. God, I can't think of it now. I couldn't think of it earlier, but I know what it's called. I'm gonna come back to you on that. But I had fluid everywhere on me because it was I'm really trying to think of the name, y'all. Uric acid. That's it. The uric acid was in my feet. and it was causing fluid, and that's what was making my foot inflamed. Woo, y'all, I done had enough with this damn foot. Which, here goes the good parts. So, after all that, came to realize who the fuck I was. You feel me? Was I wanted to take my medicines again. I'm trying to get right. This is not the life I want to live. I want to live longer than this. So I had to come to realization that you need to take your medicines. Now, mind you, I understand this. I understand doctors. I don't trust them motherfuckers at all. But this time around, I picked who I wanted. And I heard good views about certain ones. And I looked into that. I looked into it on my own. And I got that shit cracking. So, thing is, I found me a new primary care, which she's amazing too. She's great. Also, one of my lupus warriors on my Living with Lupus Facebook group had mentioned to me about a rheumatologist, and another person had mentioned to me about a nephrologist, and I'm like, oh my God. And they're women, and I fuck with women because it's all about women empowerment out here. But I really wanted that. I wanted somebody that I'm choosing, because the ones that I had as a child, they didn't understand me. They never got to know me. I never got to know them. Hell, I was in denial. So that just wasn't working. I said, this time around, I'm going to do it right. So I did it right, y'all. Like, these are the best doctors. I have the best vascular surgeon as well. Like, I couldn't be more blessed. But, so after I found my primary care, I chose my rheumatologist, and then also, luckily, where I'm at, I technically kind of have 2 nephrologists and 2 rheumatologists. So I'm gonna get there. So this summer, 2020, been a year, y'all. In the summer, June to be exact, the end of June, I get a call from my primary care. She had just done labs on me, and she was like, I'm gonna do these labs and see where you at, and I'm gonna call you and see what's up. So she called me, and she said, Chelsea, you need to go to the emergency room as soon as possible. And I'm like, now mind you, I'm over my best friend's house when I get this call, and I'm still drinking, y'all. Okay, at that point, I was still drinking, and I was still smoking, and I was still having a hell of a time. So, and it was a weekend. She called me on a Friday. So she's like, you need to go to the emergency room. I'm like, I ain't going to no emergency room. I don't fuck with the emergency room. Fuck that. Not happening. I'm not trying to be in there all day. So my best friend's like, girl, you better handle yourself and take care of your body. And I'm like, I know, you're fucking right. So then I talked to my mom that night, and she ended up saying, let's just go on Sunday. That way, you're more prepared, because I was scared as shit. Like, what the fuck? Because she called me, my primary care called me and said, well, your GFR, which I'm going to come back and let you guys know what GFR stands for. Your GFR is at 6%. Mind you, your GFR is supposed to be at 60%. Whew. So she tells me that, and at that point, I'm still confused. So I'll talk to my dad, because after that, she tells me that you need to go to the emergency room. You may have to be on dialysis. Well, you're going to have to get put on dialysis, is what she told me. You have a choice, but you really need to get on dialysis as soon as possible, because yours is at 6%. It's supposed to be at 60. So I'll talk to my dad more, because he is on dialysis. He's on peritoneal dialysis, which is different from the one that I am currently on. So after that, I get in the hospital. I'm not right. Hell, the day before the hospital, I smoked hella weed. You get me fucked up. I'm not ready for this. I don't think I can do it. Dialysis, what the fuck? No. So I'm in there, and the nurses, they were pretty good. There was some that maybe not, but they were all right. But each day, I just felt like I was growing even more. Like, it just came over me. Like, I come to find out my grandmother that has already passed away, when I was a kid, she was on dialysis for 10 whole years. Nobody fucking knew. Make it make sense. Like, how can you do this without nobody knowing? I mean, her kids knew, which my dad knew, but if I didn't know, you can't even tell. So I was just like, for 10 whole years, and he said she didn't even complain about nothing. I'm over here like, how the fuck she didn't complain about nothing? Because I'm over here going nuts. So, anyways, I went in there, and my first surgery, which I only had one surgery my whole life, which was my tear duct, because when I was a baby, I only cried out of one eye. So the whole time I was alive, okay, and besides me getting diagnosed with lupus, they also did a kidney biopsy on me too. So two surgeries in my life before all this. So the first surgery recently, anyway, in June, was to get my catheter, which is actually right here. So that one, that pain when I got out of there was crazy. It was truly crazy. It was just painful. All I could do was just be at home. And after that, I hadn't smoked weed in that whole, like, month that I had the catheter. So then I ended up smoking again because, hell, when you're stressed, you smoke. When you're happy, you smoke. When you cry, you smoke. You feel me? Like, when you're mad, you smoke. Like, it's just a freaking pain reliever, and it calms your ass down. So, anyways, and I smoke weed. I used to, anyway. So, this is around June, the end of June. I get the catheter, and I go home, and now my routine first they gave me the dialysis for 2 hours for the 3 days that I was there, just to get my body used to it. And then I would start treatment at the clinic that I'm at. So, and my first routine was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's the days I would go, just to get my body up, and it was only for 3 hours. And then once I got situated, I ended up going, now I'm going Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, also, I almost forgot for a second. Also, what else happened? Monday, Wednesday, Friday is now that I go. And and all of them in there, it's so many women. And on top of that, it's so many black women in there. The staff, black girl magic, women empowerment magic, right on there. I love it. Like, I really love it for real, because it makes me feel safe. Now, the place that I'm at, oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. The place that I'm at is actually kind of far from my house. But I'll take the drive for that black girl magic, like, no shit. Like, real talk. And I was going to be transferring, when I first got there, I was going to transfer to a place closer to my house, which is out in the suburbs. And after I felt all this magic in here, oh no, I'm good. I'm staying where I'm at. I trust y'all now. I don't trust Easy, so. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't trust Easy. So, I'm staying where I'm at. Now, while I'm there for the first one, I believe the first one was, what was it? The first one was like August something. I can't remember the date. Oh, August 13th, because it was my grandfather's birthday. It was on August 13th when I got my first surgery done to get the fistula, or it might have been a graft, because my veins were so small, they didn't even think that they could figure it out with that. So, luckily, I came out that bitch with a fistula in my arm. Okay, my vein. So then I got it in my arm. I had it for about how many? Sorry, y'all. This weather is just fucking with me. But came out with a fistula. It was I stayed home, and you feel me, I relaxed and got myself back together, and it was fine. Started smoking weed the next day, well, maybe 2 or 3 days afterwards. And then I went back for like a pro-op, something like that, just to see the vascular surgeon again. And he tells me, oh, and this was the day right after Breonna Taylor's verdict from Daniel Cameron was let out, by the way. And so the next day when I go to my doctor's appointment and they tell me this badass news, I'm like, really though? Y'all just gonna keep stepping on the black women, ain't y'all? Anyways, they try to tell me that the motherfucker wasn't working no more. So I'm like, dang, I gotta get another surgery. And I cried my eyes out because I'm like, I'm sick of this. Get it right or don't do it at all. So, but he's a really good vascular surgeon, so I know he knows what he's doing, because the fact that my arm just looks the way it looks right now, like he's like so perfect. He gets shit right. I just feel like he's like one of them OCD people, and he just gonna get it right. So, sorry y'all. So I'm just about to show y'all my arm, because it's really not bad at all. I'm kind of used to this shit now, so I can just tell y'all what the fuck it is. So, the second time he put it in, but he put it in, okay, so the first time, let's see if I can get this right without looking silly. So, the first time, he had it just about right here on on this part, where your crease is right here. He had opened it up from right here, and he's using some type of glue that falls off, and your arm, like, you can't, it doesn't even really look like that he went in from right here at first. Okay, it does, but it doesn't. Your skin looks normal. So this next time, the second time, he went in from the side right here. Y'all, once I get this live together, this videos together, my videos is gonna be edited right, okay? This is the first one. So, he went in from that way. And so, at first, it was positioned right there where it's cut now. That's where the fistula was positioned, only because it wasn't maturing where it was at on the first time, okay? So, now, he's cut from right here, and he repositioned it on my second surgery was October 13th too, but the this third one was just August 8th, and as you can see, I'm doing pretty fine. He really went in there. That glue's gonna come off and fall off, and it's just gonna look like probably a line, just right there, just one fucking line. It's gonna look good. And see, now, since it's repositioned back to where it's supposed to be, like that, on this side. Well, yeah, on this side, but on top. So now, they'll be able to stick me. Not now, because it hasn't matured yet. My next appointment to see him, just to check on it, is on January 7th. So, we still got a little time. And so, yeah, I was just letting y'all know what the hell done went on with me. I've still been on dialysis, and actually dialysis really just makes me feel 10 times better. I don't even get the gout anymore. And I struggled with the gout pretty much all my life, and it sucked. So now I don't get the gout anymore because they're taking the fluid off my body, and now when I go, they barely even take any fluid off now, because I'm still urinating. Most of them are older in there, and they're not urinating anymore, so they're taking more fluid off, but I'm still peeing. And when I go in there, like, I'll leave at maybe 90.1 in kg. And when I come back, I'm like 90.3. Like, I don't even be having fluid on me. It wears me out. Like, okay, so now since I'm going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, can I just go on Mondays? Because I really, like, that's the type of shit I'm on. Like, I barely am taking fluid off every time you come in here. Like, can I just go one day now? Because, think I'm getting better. Like, that's how I feel. I think I'm getting better. But, it's actually been okay, and I've never been a morning person, but I'm always waking. I wake up to get there because I like to get this shit over with, and I like to still have my fucking day. So I go in. I'm supposed to be there at 6:40. I wake up at 5:30, and get there at 6:40. I'll be 6:38. I'm gonna be there early. Y'all get me in and get me out. I'm ready to go already when I come through this door, but I'm in a good mood now. So, what is it? So, I get in there, and I only have to do 4 hours now. And I'm saying only. I started at 3 at first, but 4 hours now, and I leave at about 11:07. And, yeah, and I just really just listen to music, play games on my phone, Facebook, Instagram. I have my emailing list for my lupus warriors, so I send those on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I literally do all that there. I read there. I just do anything to pass the time, really. So, also, now my medications that I am taking medication now, you guys. Go ahead and clap for me. If I had to edit this thing, I would have had somebody clapping in the background. But I'm not editing this one. But let's see. Also, okay, so the medication that I'm taking now. So I'm taking. They always have Tylenol on my list, but I don't even have to take that anymore because I never have gout pain. So that's really exited off the list because I never have to take that. So, let's see, I'm taking amlodipine for high blood pressure, which all my life I really haven't had high blood pressure, but I did smoke a whole bunch of blunts the day before I had to go to the ER. So that's what striked my blood pressure, and they've just given me the pill, and I just take it because whenever they're, doing their little blood pressure, I just know I want it to be okay. So, and I know whenever I take it at night and they take my blood pressure before they start pumping me, taking me out, so it works. It really does. So, and then also, so I got amlodipine. I also have hydrochloroquine, which is from my rheumatologist, and it's for my lupus, and it really helps for I read on it, and it said it helped for anxiety, but I really just use it for when it's cold outside, and my Raynaud's starts acting up, and my fingers get really cold, and my the tips of my fingers start like ice burning, like when you used to get frostbite. That's kind of how it is. That's kind of how it feels. Like my hands just completely frozen, and it just doesn't feel good. So I have to wear gloves and stuff sometimes. Like when I come back in from outside, yeah, it gets that deep, y'all. So also, damn, this is 24 minutes right now. But also, I also take hydrochloroquine. I have some hydroxyzine, which when I first started dialysis, I used to, because since they're getting all the toxins all out of you, it's like, it felt like I was peeing on myself every time I would sit down for a long period of time, and I'd be like, oh my God, do I gotta pee? Like, what's going on? And I'll go to the bathroom and I don't have to pee. Like, that's what was going on. And it was frustrating me because I would have to be there for 4 hours and I would just be so uncomfortable, like feeling like that there's pee just drooling out of me. And it really wasn't. It was like, it's really, and hydroxyzine is for anxiety. So I took a few of those, like maybe it's 3 a day. And I took those, and I haven't taken those in about 2 months now. I haven't taken those because I only take them if I'm really like antsy like that, and I haven't been antsy like that since then. So I tell them I take those as needed. And also I'm also taking, you know what, whenever they ask me, I'm good. I be saying this shit off the dome, but I guess today I'm a little tired, so let me just go in here and read them off to you. So we got amlodipine, we got hydroxyzine, we got hydrochloroquine, and Tylenol. And let's see, I also have vitamin D, of course, you know. I was taking hydrocodone, but that was only after surgery, and they only gave me like 6, and it worked, you know. But I needed something a little bit better because I didn't have any more, and they weren't going to give me any more. So I decided, I said, hey, my nephrologist at dialysis, I need something for my arm because this is not going to do. I can't sleep. Every time I put the ice on there, ice moves at night. This is not cool. Like, I don't have any pain pills. Y'all ain't gonna give them to me, and I'm fine with that. So they introduced me to this, which is gabapentin, and it is freaking amazing. And this is an anxiety pill too, and it's not really anxiety. It's more like nerve pain, and that's what was going on in my arm. So I literally started this on Monday. Monday? Yeah, Monday. And I had read on it, and I was like, I mean, I have the 100 milligrams, but the highest is 300, and I didn't want that because it said something about a whole bunch of extra shit, like, you know, side effects. No, don't think I got time for that. So I just take 2 pills at night, and I'm telling you, I've slept like a baby since then. Don't make no sense. But that's really all I take right now. And of course, like fish oils and women's daily vitamins. But other than that, that's all I'm taking in it. And when you give me a prescription, I'm reading up on that shit still. But I know that it works. So I was just giving y'all a little update and a brief journey to let y'all know that I'm still alive. I'm still good. I'm still blessed. And I'm still taking every day, each day, one day at a time. Because sometimes I'm angry. Sometimes I'm mad. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm disappointed. Sometimes I'm happy, you know. But I'm trying to be happy every day, like real shit. Because life it's too short. It's too short. It's a lot of shit going on here in America. It's a lot of shit going on here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I ain't trying to get nothing. I ain't trying to risk my life for shit. So I'm letting y'all know I will be here on the next episode. Y'all like how I rhymed that right there. Anyways, this is my first non-musical video on my Chelsea Music YouTube. And I actually have another YouTube, and it's My Life with Lupus. But I don't know. I think I'm going to try to just stay on this one and sing when I want, talk to y'all when I want, you know, figure out this editing thing with YouTube and try to get a light for Christmas. Try to get a background for Christmas. I might move my room around a little bit because I kind of have a background kind of set up. But Just got to get all the tools and stuff for it. But I enjoyed giving y'all my whole life journey. And what you can do for me is follow me on Instagram at My Life with Lupus. Or you can follow my personal page, which is, sorry, got a little blanked out right there, which is at Chelso. No, it's at I am Chelso. So sorry for that. It's I am Chelso on Instagram, and the other one, which is my business page, is at My Life with Lupus. And also, I do have a Facebook group for Lupus Warriors only, and it was for Lupus members in Louisville, Kentucky, but a lot of other people were joining from other states, so I just let them in. I wasn't going to deny them because they probably really need that group like I did, so no one was really here for me when I was in my journey as a kid, so I just want to make that journey right for you, just having me by your side, because I needed somebody. And now I just want to be there for the ones that are just finding out, or the ones that's had it and haven't had nobody to talk to. Like, that's me. I'm going to be there for you, because I done had a journey, baby. A journey. And we got this. We're going to get through this. We are the elite. Nobody understands our illness because they don't see it. But don't judge a book by its cover, because we done been through some shit, y'all. And I'm going to be here for y'all. I'm Chelsea, better known as Chelsea. And I will see you guys later.